What's up? It's Joe Raiti from Raiti's Rides. We are in the middle of nowhere here in San Antonio, Texas for a very big, fantastic reason, and it's this truck right next to me. This is it. This is the all-new, totally redesigned 2022 Toyota Tundra. But before we get into our SR5 trim full-size pickup truck, let's talk about what's going on here. Toyota. They've been in the industry for decades, really have made a name for themselves, of course, built on reliability, versatility. And when you look at the Tundra, there's actually some interesting history behind it. It actually wasn't going to be called the Tundra, if you could believe that. Toyota was going to call it the T150. The reason why is this is the first ever Japanese auto manufacturer half-ton pickup truck. This is the one. Now, they originally wanted to call it the T150 because the previous truck before the Tundra was called the T100. That was a little bit smaller, called the T100. There was another auto manufacturer, I'm not going to say who right now, we'll see if you could guess, that had an issue with the name T150. What auto manufacturer would have a problem with T150? Yes, you back there, Ford. Obviously, T150, F-150, way too similar. So Toyota said, you know what, we'll just change it all together. We'll call it the Tundra. And when I look at this truck, or the previous generations to it, there's no other name that fits it better. So what I want to do is we have an SR5 trim. Here on Raiti's Rides, we like to stick to what we like to do, and that's bring all the different trim levels. So many of you have been asking for this SR5. We're going to bring it, and what I want to find out is, does the SR5 bring a better value truck to market than the Ford F-150, the name that caused so many issues when Toyota wanted to come with their new pickup truck? So let's go ahead, let's dive into our Lunar Rock SR5 2022 Tundra and see, is it the better value when it comes to truck compared to the Ford F-150? Let's dive in and find out. Right off the bat, the style. I'm really digging what they've done to make it stand out from the rest of the truck world. When you start at the front of the business, the great news is SR5, if you're wondering, well, Joe, is this the base trim? No, SR is the base trim. That's like a work truck trim. So we'll try to get one of those soon, but with this SR5 being the second level trim up from the SR, you are getting standard LED headlights. So nice to see LED headlights on this Toyota Tundra. I love the aluminum style finish in there and the way that it flows nicely up into the headlight housing. Of course, you're going to get your turn signals and daytime running lamps, and then these large corner air intakes that are fully functional. They're actually side air curtains. You'll notice the way that the truck is put together, very intricate design, and everything kind of locks together very well. Now, another thing you should know about this SR5 is that it has a special package called the TRD Sport Pkg, and I'll point out what that means as we go around the truck. But love the way, like I said, that lower bumper, everything interlocking. When we're comparing this to the F-150, it definitely looks like a newer age truck compared to the F-150 and stands out more on the unique side of things. Now, you are going to get this large, massive grille. It's got a nice satin black finish to it. Of course, the iconic chromed out Toyota badge. It would have been nice on this SR5, especially the TRD Sport, if this was blacked out. But what you get when you go TRD Sport, those letters right there, Toyota Racing Development, this grille is specific to that package. So it's not just a, hey, we're going to throw some wheels and different tires on. You're actually getting a totally different grille by going the TRD Sport route. We have a forward-facing camera on the SR5 trim, which is wonderful, whether you're going off-road or on-road. And then the way the Tundra name is stamped in the bumper, love that compared to anything on the hood. And then you'll notice how everything kind of wraps underneath nicely. Obviously, TRD Sport is going to be more geared for the street driving truck rather than full off-road, but this will do it all. You do have those active aero shutters behind the grille that will open and close for that aerodynamic efficiency, and we do have LED fog lamps on this trim. Now, as we rise up, you'll see that beautiful Lunar Rock finish, one of my favorite colors for any Toyota truck. Nice V formation, and like I said, when you compare this to the F-150, I feel like the front of the F-150 is sits a little bit higher. And I think that this is gonna have that better aerodynamic efficiency compared to the F-150, which will give you, cross your fingers, better fuel economy. Now, as we come around the bend, what are we working with? Wheel and tire. You go TRD Sport Package, not only are you getting the grille, you're getting these beautiful satin black 20-inch wheels with the TRD badge. You can see that bright silver metallic 4-piston caliper, ventilated rotors. And if you're wondering, well, Joe, what's the size of this tire? 265 on the width and a meaty 60 series sidewall. Also love no flat black. So great that they took the Lunar Rock and painted it all over the beautiful fender, but definitely with these wheels working really nicely. Now, as we work our way back, color match on the mirror caps, slim and trim on those turn signals, and you're gonna get some gloss black on the base and also on your A-pillar. Definitely makes it look more sporty, especially compared to the F-150. Blacked out on the Tundra badge. So like I said, zonking the chrome Toyota badge, it's because we got all these other black badges. So I wish they would have blacked that out, but it's nice to have the Tundra name there. Nice, high up on the door, but nothing too high. Could you imagine if that said T-150? That sounds like some type of Terminator, like the Terminator is coming after you. Watch out for the T-150. I'd rather say, hey, watch out for that Tundra because it's gonna yank your F-150 out of the mud for you. Working your way back, we got some color match on the door handles. A little bit of gloss black, but everything else is gonna be flat. That SR5 badge really has been a value leader for the Tundra in the lineup. But like I said, we're comparing it to that F-150. But working towards the rear, you could see that new box frame, body on frame construction, suspension bits and everything. Rear bed. For the first time, this is a carbon composite bed, aluminum reinforced. What does that mean? That means it's actually going to resist corrosion and dents. Plus, they actually widen it up a little bit to give you more room. You're going to get the TRD 4x4 Sport. So even though this is geared more for the street, you still are going to have that 4x4 capability. Coming around the rear, same thing with your LED rear taillights. Look, I know beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but these look way better than on the Ford F-150. I do love the way they integrated the rear bumper. Nice clean design with the Tundra name across the back. And look at how where they put the reverse lights. Very, very smart. Of course, full tow capability. Are you ready for this one? Yes, you are. Nice soft release. Welcome to the Tundra. You got your bed liner. Of course, we got that electric rear dropping glass and all the tow hook locations, even the adjustable ones, which are really great, where you could slide these forward and backward really nice. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood and see what's powering our all-new Tundra. All right, guys, we got the hood pop. We do have hydraulic hood struts. Now, when we're comparing this to the Ford F-150, there's only going to be 2 engine options. And another thing I want to let you know is this is a pre-production unit, so some of the finishes will not look exactly like this when it gets to the dealership. It'll actually look better. But underneath that hood, 2 different engine options. And if we're talking about the F-150, I think that's one of the advantages of the F-150 is there is a ton of different engine choices. But you know what? You get 2 for the Tundra for 2022. Standard is an all-new power plant underneath that tasteful engine cover. Love the way it looks. I can't wait to see the finished product of it. But you're looking at a 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6. So the V8 is gone, but the good news is you have 389 horsepower, 379 pound-feet of torque, more horsepower, actually 8 more horsepower and more torque than the outgoing V8. It's made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission, and in the right conditions, you could tow up to 12,000 pounds, and there's a payload capacity of 1,940 pounds. When it comes to trims, like I said, you could go SR, SR5, you got the Platinum, the Limited, the 1794, and the mighty TRD Pro. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this twin-turbo V6 and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this 2022 Tundra SR5 TRD Sport. I know you're saying to yourself, well, Joe, I've been looking at the Ford F-150 ever since I was a whippersnapper, sitting on my grandpa's lap while he drove his F-150. Was against the law to probably do that, but you know what? It made a love for F-150s burn bright into my heart. But you know what? I feel like I'm cheating because I'm starting to really love this new Tundra, especially the SR5 trim. So how much is it? Well, we don't know pricing yet. It's gonna be coming in the next few weeks, but you could bet your bottom dollar and tell your grandpappy that SR5 has always been a top-selling value leader in the Tundra lineup. But let's see what you're gonna be getting for the money so you can make your pappy happy, and that actually rhymed, to the door panels. Like the simple, clean style. Now remember, this is a pre-production unit, but you could clearly see up top that nice soft touch material. It's gonna be the perfect place for anybody's arm. They put the Toyota name stamped in the side there. Real clean design. You're gonna have a hot dog holder right in the middle. Don't put a Costco hot dog in there. It's gonna be too big. More like a 7-Eleven hot dog. And then in that lower pocket, you could put 2 Texas-sized baked potatoes. Make sure they're loaded with sour cream, bacon, cheese, and more bacon. And then, of course, 2 places for bottles of your grandpappy's favorite root beer, IBC root beer. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, love this flat metallic silver finish, kind of a nicer touch than just gloss black. We do have the auxiliary Twinkie holder, a baker's dozen, that Texas perfect number 13 Twinkies across, the Tundra name looking good, and then look what we got here. Your grandfather's F-150 did not have this, and neither does a new F-150. This has a 14-inch infotainment system. Now, this is the optional one. Standard is 8-inch, but if we're comparing sizes, guess what? This beats the F-150 because the F-150 has a 12-inch infotainment system screen, navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and those are wireless, guys, not wired. Now, when it comes to the infotainment, this thing works better than the Sync 4. Look at it. I can actually pinch, I can zoom in, I can twist it around. Very, very easily done. And that's what makes this system so intuitive, so fast reacting. Look at this. Round and around and around we go. Where are we going? Hit the heart. I love you, you love me. We're at the preserve at Canyon Lake here in Texas. We get out of it. Let me show you some of the other features. We could go into vehicle and get the actual history of the trip information, current and the history here. Nicely done. And then you could go into the other settings, smooth slide capability. We could go into vehicle customize. Look what you could do when it comes to door controls, auto lock. You could change it all from whenever you want to have it set up. 1, 2, 3, and you're done. And then we go right back. Another one I want to show you is display. Daytime, nighttime. Can you make the sun go away? No, but I can make the screen all nighttime-ish. And watch, when I go back to navigation, really, really cool. Let's look at backup cameras. Great clarity, great resolution, great size. Really digging it, including the 360-degree cam. Put that back in the park. SR5, what are we getting? We're getting dual climate, nice digital readout with your toggle switches. Look at that. That's the noise that it makes. USB, heated seats. No ventilated seats on the SR5, but I'm okay with that because this is about value. Now, because this has the TRD Sport Pkg, you're going to get a nice race-ready, bright red TRD start-stop button. You have your toggle switches down here. This is for that trailer assist, that straight backup, even a boat trailer. You'll be able to get perfect right into the water each and every time. We have a large cubby here. What can you put? You could put a mirror here and actually look at yourself. Put on your cowboy hat, make sure it looks just right. This is going to control that 10-speed automatic with the TRD badge. That's part of the package. A little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. First time ever, we got a mode selector knob. I'll show you more of that on the business side of things. This is how you're going to transition from 2 high to 4 low to, 4 high to 4 low, because we have 4x4 in this particular SR5. 2 cup holders, your standard Toyota key fob, looking clean. Good size, nice and light. and then the command center. Nice soft touch material. You could actually put your grandpa's favorite peanuts here. You could put maybe some pistachios over here, mix up the nuts, play with the nuts, open it up. What do we got? I wanted to show you just how much room there is. So I literally grabbed a rock from this preserve and brought it in here just to give you some perspective. USB-C, USB, and a Buffalo nickel holder. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 slotted Buffalo nickel holder, and you could actually get your nickels just by reaching right through there. Watch. Boop. Nice. Seats. Cloth material in the SR5, but you know what? Very grippy, very durable. Like the texture design on the bolstering. We got power assist on the passenger, on the driver, and a panoramic sunroof. One touch. Look, Mom, no hands. You can sit here and just chill while it opens up. Or if the sun's too bright, you can sit here and chill, and it'll close. Top of that, you like technology, you want to blow your grandfather's mind? Watch this. Boom. We got your optional digital rear view mirror. 1, 2, 3, put it back on me. That rhymes. 1, 2, 3, put it back on me. Why don't you get your little butt over here? I want to show you behind this leather wrapped steering wheel in this new Tundra. All right, guys, here we are inside the business end of the SR5 trim Toyota Tundra. Remember, it's been around since the year 2000. I know that doesn't sound that long ago, but if we're looking at model year, that was 22 years ago. Kind of crazy. Now, you'll notice down below on the SR5 trim, I got my power seat settings, easy to get to, including lower lumbar. And then when you go TRD Sport, you're gonna get a leather wrapped steering wheel, nicely done, heated with a little bit of gray finish, a little bit of gloss black, nothing too crazy. It is a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then the dash, this one does not have the optional 12.3 inch. So you got an analog tach, analog speedometer, all the other gauges analog, just like your Grampy's F-150. But in the center there, you do have a digital display, 4.2 inch digital display that you can scroll through all the information that you need. And then watch this when I go into different modes. Sport, normal, and eco, which we will be taking that for you as we do our different reviews in the Tundras and showing you those different modes. But why don't we go ahead, let's get into the back seat and see how your passengers are going to enjoy this SR5. All right, guys, back seat time in this SR5 trimmed Tundra. Lots of great room, and if you're comparing this to the F-150, I think it's going to be pretty close on passenger volume, especially with the panoramic sunroof. I'm 6 feet tall. I got plenty of headroom. You'll notice the backs of the seats all cloth, no pocket, which is a zonk on the back side of the driver's seat, but you do have 2 cup holders and a nice Texas Twinkie tray here. Actually, 2 Twinkies side by side. I am going to zonk the AC vents. I don't really love the placement. And on the SR5 trim, no connectivity in the back seat. Something to think about. I have my own pocket over here, so I guess what I could do is put a couple of those portable charging units so that if my device dies, I could then charge it by having it in here. But the rest of the room is great. No center armrest. That's another zonk. You're going to have to probably, I don't know, get a pillow pet or something, or maybe just lean on your cowboy hat since we're in Texas to hold your arm up. But the great news is, look at the storage space that we have underneath. Really did a smart job with the volume of that. And I could easily put, I would say, what do you think, Lori? Like 15 pounds of pulled pork, some nice Texas pulled pork in there. We'll get some buns and we'll have a party back here. But why don't we go ahead? I know you want to go on throttle, but you're going to have to wait until October 12th for all the information, 7 a.m. Eastern time. But we have got to wrap this up. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's wrap up this Tundra SR5. All right, guys, it's been an amazing time out here in San Antonio, Texas. I definitely got to thank the whole Toyota team, especially Josh, Zach, and the rest of the crew for getting us access to many different trims. They know that you want to see it here on Raiti's Rides. Make sure you come back, though. October 12th, mark your calendar. We're going to have the full separate review of this vehicle with driving impressions and all the other information you want, including MPGs. But you know what? This Tundra SR5 trim brings a lot to the table. What I want to know is from you, would you go new Tundra SR5? and even throw in the TRD Sport package, or are you going to go with the Ford F-150? We'll see how it turns out. Put it in the comment section, but if you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Raity's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Raity's Rides merch. Got to give it up to the queen of the camera, holding down the fort out here in San Antonio. Thank you, Lori, for all your hard work. Show her some love in the comment section. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.